Good morning, everyone. So I'd like to take a minute to show you our new subscription to Language Lab by PRC. So if you head over to the Language Lab website, aclanguagelab.com, there'll be a login page. This is where you're going to add in our email login. It's khughes@sau5.org. The password is OR, capital letters OR 2016. You're going to go ahead and log in. Now, up here on the screen, we have some tabs at the top. We have home, that's where we are right now. We have about, a little bit of history about PRC and about the Language Lab in general. And up here we have the lesson plan. So this is the bulk of what we're going to be looking at. So if you hover over it, you see that we have a clinical lesson plan tab and a classroom lesson plan tab. So we're going to start up here at the clinical lesson plans. And over here on the left side of the screen, you're going to see that it lays it out into 6 separate stages, I can count, really. What this does is it starts from the very earliest communicators of initiating communication all the way up to our advanced communicators who've been using their devices for a while. So if we stick here right in the middle, we're going to go to a stage 4 communicator. And down here, we have the different lesson plans that they have available. So if we go through here and we're going to look at question words, we're going to scroll down. Let's see. I must ask you a question is adorable, but we're going to start here with but why. So here we have the lesson plan as a whole. Now, what's really nice is that if you need a paper copy, you can save or you can print the lesson plan right here where I'm hovering, and it'll save it as a PDF version. Or you can just open it up as a PDF version and view it on your screen. What I like about this is it gives you your expected outcome, learn the skill of asking questions to request information, as well as the purpose of the skill, a vocabulary list to program into your device. If you don't have why in your device, let me know because we need to do something about that. And then the different language skills and objectives. So what this really lays out for you here are all the different steps and lessons that you can incorporate here. So speaking activities, you can start off, you can talk about why you're going to do this lesson plan. You can show them the question cards that are available lower on the page. And you can explain that when you ask a why question, you should start with because. So it really lays out a very nice script for you. And then the activities, it'll give you a reading activity to do. Generally, there is a Google Docs or a Tar Heel Reader book available for each one of these. If not, then there are some very basic books that are usually available in our libraries. It gives you a nice chance to include some writing on the device or by hand if the student is able to, and some nice generalization skills to carry over into the classroom. Down here, the supplemental materials, here's our book that they've provided. The title is But Why. I'm going to click on that. It's going to download here in my left-hand corner because I'm using Chrome. I'm going to open it up. And so this is the book. It's a PDF book in this version. And you can scroll down and it gives you the title, the word bank. In other books and other lessons, the word bank is much more varied. However, since we're focusing on the question why, this is our main word. Gives you the instructions, read the book with your student, have them use the device to say the question word why, discuss the answers, encourage them to ask all sorts of questions. And then it goes into what you would read with a student. But why are there so many languages? And then it gives you some responses. Why do people get sick? Disease are caused by germs. So this is a nice opportunity for you to read them, to answer their questions. This obviously is for a higher level student, but these are also options that you can generalize for your lower level students. And you scroll through, it has a whole book for you, which is really, really nice. So that's the book, the end. And if you go back to our main page, so I can close this now. If you go back, there are a set of games. This one is the Y cards down here on the left. These are games that you can print out. You can play bingo with them. You can play Uno with them. There are lots of different options that you can do. Any sort of language card that we would use with another student. Why? Because cards, which give you the answers to them. So if you're looking for a matching answer, you can put those previous why cards here and you can work on the because answer there. And a literature cube, which you can print out and make into a cube, obviously. And this is really nice to incorporate once you've covered all of the why question cards or all of the question words. And you can really have a student expand their language, very similar to an EET kind of expansion here. So if they pick a topic and they roll and you say, so their topic is tropical plants. What do you see? Tell me about the different shapes. Tell me about the different size. Who might use those? When would you see them? Where would you see them? And you can build off of their language that way, all while using their device and using these question cards. And then a nice writing template. Again, a lot of our students have devices which can be plugged directly into a laptop. If not, this is also something that they can do either adaptive writing, or you can write for them, or if you have writers yourself, you can introduce the information for you. So here's the topic of our literature wheel, pizza, fantastic topic. And we're going to answer a question. What is it? Something to eat. Who makes it? A chef. When do you have it? Every day. How do you eat it? Carefully. It's hot. Why do you eat it? It's delicious. Where do you eat it? Anywhere you want. And there's a large number of these different topics. And there's also a blank one down at the bottom. So you can add one if you have one for specific curriculum that you're working on in your classroom. The last part that I really enjoy is that it really relates back to the Common Core standards. So if we're running into any questions, we can talk about, well, in fourth grade, we are using technology to produce and publish writing as well as interact and collaborate with others. It really breaks down all the standards for you. If we take a quick look back up at the lesson plans, if we go to the classroom lesson plans, what I like about this is that it really focuses on the early literacy. So we have on the left-hand side, instead of the language stages, we have language concepts, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then we also have the different themes. So if you're running on a themed curriculum, you have lots of different options down here. Some of these will overlap with the clinical lesson plans, but I like that it presents it in a different manner. So here is beginner language concept plans. No, don't eat that, about including negation. And then you break down into the word family. So you have your ip, your app, your oot. And you can click on them. And what this does is it, again, provides you a book. It provides you the vocabulary that you're going to be working on. As you notice, they're all app words. Your materials that you need. You have some direct instructions. You have some differentiated instructions, and then you have more extension activities. And if you look down here under the books, so here's our books, very similar to what we saw on the other page. These are the smart charts. So what they've done is for the Unity language, they've broken down what the sequences will be on each device. So we have a student who's using Unity, and you can see how to access each one of those words. Obviously, some of them are not going to be in here. That is something that we can program in together, or we can work on typing in. But it provides it for each of the PRC devices. So Words for Life, and it shows you how to access each one of those, which I really think is a great resource for us going on the fly, because our students are generally a lot faster at this than we are. And again, another writing workbook. You have some word matching. You have filling in the phonemes at the end. You have writing it on their own, and then you have the chance to write some sentences using some app words that you've just addressed. So this is a very, very brief overview of the AAC Language Lab that we have a subscription to. Please do not hesitate to email me if you have any questions, or if you want a more hands-on lesson, we can do that as well. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you're having a great week, and I will chat with you all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.